Joined right now by ACC Coach of the Year. We go way back, Pat Kelsey. Remember the days of hitting you up, calling you up as we look. Are you still suiting up? Are you still getting court burns as you take the floor with your team?
This is probably the first year in my 22-year coaching career, 14 as a head coach, that I hung it up.
You did?
What?
Retirement.
You're the best cutter they had.
No, your son is, because I see him in those videos.
I thought I tore my Achilles about 2 months ago, and Lisa said that's it.
I thought it was because you had a talent uptick and you were a little worried to get out there.
That's probably part of it too.
But I was talking about going way back. Those phone calls we used to have. Hey, break down UNC Asheville here. I got your Winthrop game coming up, and those pregame meetings and all of that. And now years later, here at Louisville, how have you, aside from the glasses, I think that might be the only change, how have you evolved as a coach?
Man, I go back to those days, and I give you so much credit for all the homework you did, and the little old Big South, you were treating it like it was the NBA Finals. Just blessed. You look back at that journey, and what a wonderful place to start at Winthrop. I had never called a timeout before, and they hired this little crazy guy. I made some mistakes, and I learned, and then get an opportunity to go to the College of Charleston, and then I pinch myself when I still say I'm the head coach at the University of Louisville at one of the most storied programs. Luke's a legend there. I'm just beyond blessed.
How different does it feel this year? I know your head was spinning coming into the situation last year. I kept saying this. He has to capitalize on the buzz. Big old check mark, 18-2 in the ACC. It was a phenomenal year. But how's it just feel for you and your staff in this offseason?
Different in that last year, I want to say there was no expectations, because there's always expectations in our city, Luke, as you know very, very well. But, coming off the couple years before we got there, when we started to have a lot of success, it's like our guys were getting a ton of attaboys and walking around like – And our guys just did a great job of putting blinders on and not paying attention. Coach Prosser used to say the thump, thump, thump. And that's the thumps on the back with the attaboys or people throwing arrows at you when it didn't go as well. Our guys just stayed consistent. We're trying to do the same thing now. Obviously, the expectations are through the roof. People are talking about this and Final Four, national championship aspirations. Like, we don't pay attention to any of that crap. It's about tomorrow's practice at 3 o'clock, trying to have the best one in the country and hoping the outcome takes care of itself.
Pat, talk a little bit about how you pour into your guys. I know firsthand. My son, full transparency, right, was a walk-on last year, so he got to experience the revival in the first year, and what an amazing experience it was for him and the teammates. So talk a little bit about that family atmosphere that you've created.
Well, thank you for saying that. Coach Greenberg was dear friends with my mentor, Skip Prosser, an ACC legend, and he was my college coach. Obviously, he was my first boss, and he brought me into this business. But he took pride in being a teacher first and foremost. I went to Xavier and got a business degree and got good grades. And if I wasn't in coaching, it would open up doors and get me a job. But the greatest class I ever took and the greatest teacher I ever had was Professor Prosser every day from 3 to 6 at Old Schmidt Fieldhouse. And he used to say, Ralph Waldo Emerson says, our chief want in life is someone who can make us do what we can. And you better win. You better win, because my kids like to eat. I got to put Cheerios on the breakfast table. But, I believe in collegiate coaching, even more so than the professional level. You can affect the lives of young men, and that's something that I'm passionate about, and I love them. I'm not afraid to tell them I love them. After I lost Coach Prosser 17 years ago, people that I care greatly about in my life, I tell them I love them, and that's my players.
Coach was one of one, as we know. I mean,
yes,
he was just different. He was pure.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so unique. Do you understand that every guy that just took a new job is absolutely screwed, because every AD and every fan base in the country thinks they're supposed to go 18-2 and just run the table and be coach of the year in the league and say, ho hum, let's compete for a national championship in year 2?
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Coach. As you know, things got to fall in place. It helps when you can give the ball to a great point guard at 7 at night and they give it back to you safe and sound at 9. We had great guard play last year. We had a group of guys that were just committed to winning and winning only, and it just worked out. So I think in today's day and age, it's different than years ago when you took over a job that took some rebuilding and people were going to be patient for 3 or 4 years. But just with the transfer portal and NIL, if you have those resources, like you better win. We were fortunate to do that last year and have some momentum going into this year.
Your team, just real quickly on real basketball, like last year, 47% of your shots were from three. Shot about 32, 33%. You got some dudes that can make shots. Like when you look at this team and the makeup and your roster construction, like you got into the portal real quick and got it done real quick in terms of the guys that you wanted. Did you look at that team and say, we understand how we want to play. This is going to be our spacing. This, but we've got to be able to make sure we spread the ball. We've got to really have legitimate shooters. You brought two of the best shooters and floor gamers and wing players in the country.
People ask me all the time, like, why the heck do you shoot so many threes? And I said, because they don't let us shoot fours.
Threes count more than twos.
33%, still 1 point per shot. We're a terrific offensive rebounding team. Long shots equal long rebounds. There's a method to the madness a little bit. But you mentioned, we got 4 guys for sure that are surefire 40% three-point shooters. Shooting makes up for a multitude of sins. We play fast, we spread you, we move the ball, we move people. We hunt great all the time, Coach. And as you know, great are getting to the line, scoring at the rim, and generating rhythm threes. And I think we have a team made up that'll can do that well.
We showed your big games that are coming up this season, the non-conference slate. Obviously, in the ACC have big-time games. 18-2 is great, but to go into conference play, I believe last year, 5-6 heading into conference play. What gives you confidence? How are these guys going to be more prepared for the non-conference slate, which I think the ACC as a whole has to take more advantage of?
As you know, we lead off with the Celtics, and then we got the Bulls.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
We go to Philly, and then I think we got the Magic after that. So I've said it many times, and people in Louisville are sick of hearing it. This is an old Skip Prosser. You can't sharpen your teeth eating oatmeal. We added the Baylor thing late in the middle of conference play. I talked to John, who played Illinois late in the conference season. I said, "What you think? How'd you like it?" He goes, "It was great for our team." And I said, "Hey, let's do it." And then I looked.
They won by 50.
They won by 90.
Yeah.
So of course John liked it. I think we'll get to that point, and I'll see. We have Baylor after just playing the Bulls and the Celtics. I'll be like, "What the crap am I doing?" The biggest thing, Coach, as you know, is getting to Selection Sunday, giving yourself the best chance to get the best seed possible. And we think that did it. It's going to be a tough grind of a non-conference. The ACC is much, much, much better. It is and always will be, and will be once again very, very soon, the greatest conference in college basketball. So we're ready to go.
We talked about your days at Winthrop, Charleston. You come to Louisville, it certainly opens the net of that you can cast for players, and Michael Brown certainly fits that mold. Freshmen really aren't freshmen anymore because of the experience they've had. They're winning gold medals and competing for Team USA. What are expectations for this 5-star guard?
Yeah, he's fortunate that he's coming into a team with a lot of veterans. Michael is ridiculously talented. We all know that. Like a special burst, high-level basketball IQ, big-time shot maker, can make all the passes, special talent. It's his humility, it's his intangibles, it's his commitment to the power of the unit and his teammates that make him really special. He's the type of kid that loves basketball like he loves to breathe. You actually have to get him out of the gym, because I keep reminding him, the grind of a college season is real, man. The travel, the ferocity of every game, the hostile environment you're going to play in, the pounding that you're going to take. And that kid wants to be in there 24/7, so getting him out of there sometimes, getting him off his feet, keeping him refreshed will be one of the biggest challenges. But blessed to be his coach. Heck of a human being and a heck of a player.
Kind of off Matt's point there. I think the first time I saw him, it reminded me of the first time I saw Steph Curry, where he just was so baby-faced and skinny. Talk about what Foy's done for him in this offseason, and then also the USA basketball experience and playing with those great players around him. He seems like a guy who's up for the challenge and elevates when those great players are around.
Yeah, that was the biggest, brightest lights in amateur basketball, and he was ready when his name called. Very easily could be the MVP of the old thing, but he's not about MVPs. He's about winning. You're right. He's changed his body. We have, in my opinion, the best strength coach in the country. I know you know Eli Foy really well. And he's got him ready for the rigors of college basketball, and he's going to have a big-time season.
Seth mentioned your three-point shooting. Guys talking about guard play. How about the bigs? What about case in Pryor, and then what about Ali Khalifa and the other guys you got out of the portal?
Kayson's getting close. He's about 10 months out from his surgery. He's making great progress. He's really attacked his rehab. Obviously, when he's healthy, he'll be fully cleared, and when that is, we don't know for sure, but he's making great progress. And as you know, Coach, it just takes some time to get back into the rhythm, and that'll take a little bit of time, as well. But, people don't talk enough about our bigs. I mean, obviously, Javon Hadley, I don't know if you'd even call him a big because he's just one of those swing players, versatile, inside out. And then you have a three-headed monster at the 5 with Sananda Fru from Germany, who was the top young player in the German league, one of the best leagues in the world. Evangelos Zougras, who was the last cut on the national team that went to the Eurobasket a couple weeks ago with Giannis Antetokounmpo on it. The head coach, when they cut him, there was an article that said he will be the captain of the national team in his future.
Wow. That's
how highly they think of him. And then Ali Khalifa, who's a 7-foot point guard, one of the best passing bigs, I think, in the world. So we think we have depth and have talent and skill at every position.
I'm going to finish with this, and I know it's kind of silly, but I like it when Kentucky and Louisville, they can't be warm and fuzzy. It's just if I say Kentucky to you, it's not warm and fuzzy. I mean, you and Pope, and I know we had a little mix-up the other day, which I thought was wonderful. I mean, personally, I know you're scrappy because he wants no part of you.
So I got so much respect for Mart. I mean, as a tactician, as game prep guy, I think he thinks on another level. And his philosophy and his game prep for that was phenomenal. He just wore me out. He went rope-a-dope in the corner, and I just wailed for a while. And he's the dude's like Paul Bunyan. It was no factor. And then I knew if he landed one, it would be like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from the 80s. Yeah. I was cooked. So it ended up a draw. His assistants and my assistants, I think we should have got the decision. Dang it. Mark's a great dude. He's a great dude.
He is.
Well said. Hey, is your son still hooping on the Nerf hoop, or is he?
No, we're past that.
Yeah, how old is he now?
Johnny Ball game, 7th grader.
That's awesome.
He's got 20 big brothers at the practice facility that teach him bad words every day.
Any offense he can't run and walk through?
No, we're working on the Princeton point stuff. He's been talking about the pick and roll at the breakfast table since he was a little kid.
He's moving the
ball game,
and he looks like Lisa.
Shaker.
He looks like Lisa, which is great.
It's gonna be tall. It's gonna be tall. Just for full disclosure, I'm 6-0 on the call at Louisville last year.
Oh,
6-0.
wow.
Okay. 6-0.
And Patrick scored in every one of them, I think. Almost, right?
Well, you certainly let him play. That's for sure. Thank you.
You finally put him in the game.
He can shoot it.
Thanks, Pat.